Are you ready for 2025? Before we proceed, allow me to pose a question. Are you genuinely prepared to transform your life in the year 2025? I'm not referring to ambiguous aspirations or fleeting bursts of motivation. I mean truly prepared, ready to awaken each day with clarity of thought, unwavering concentration, and the courage to disregard the doubts and diversions surrounding you. If that resonates, then the moment to reshape your mindset is now. In this presentation, I offer 9 affirmations you should repeat to yourself daily to discipline your mind, nurture your spirit, and maintain focus on what truly counts. Envision beginning every day with the self-assurance to harness your capabilities, the self-control to adhere to your path, and the insight to shield yourself from negativity. These principles won't merely inspire you. They will fundamentally alter how you exist, behave, and develop. At the conclusion, I've included an extra insight, one that could radically reshape your approach to challenges and opportunities in the upcoming year. I've also posed a significant question for you in the comment section because your perspective is as valuable as mine. Please take a look and let's embark on this growth journey together. Let's ensure 2025 becomes the year you evolve into your ultimate self. And if you retain only a single concept from this video, let it be this: the capacity for growth resides within you. Let's begin with number 1. 1. I possess ultimate value. 1. I possess ultimate value. In a world saturated with clamor and rivalry, it's simple to overlook your own incredible nature. But pause to consider this fundamental truth. You represent the finest version of yourself, endowed with immense potential for development and transformation. Buddhist philosophy highlights self-awareness, revealing that your potential knows no bounds when you truly believe in it. Picture a lotus blossom. It emerges from murky waters, untouched by its environment, and unfolds with breathtaking elegance. Similarly, your intrinsic worth isn't determined by external conditions or the judgments of others. It originates from deep within you, poised for expansion. However, cultivating self-belief is paramount. As the Buddha conveyed, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This isn't about adopting arrogance. It's about honoring your personal truth. Acknowledge your strengths, regardless of how minor they appear, and allow them to empower you against self-doubt. Each day, take a moment, gaze into the mirror, and declare, I possess ultimate value. Not because you surpass others, but because you are committed to realizing your highest potential. Reflect on a skill you've honed, an obstacle you've conquered, or an instance where you assisted someone else. These small acts demonstrate your inner power. When you embrace this perspective, self-skepticism diminishes. You won't require external validation because your conviction in your own merit becomes your solid base. Your trajectory towards relentless growth commences with acknowledging and affirming your distinct brilliance. Now consider, what is one strength you've been underappreciating? Hold on to that thought, because it's time to harness it in your year of unstoppable advancement. 2. My capabilities are limitless. 2. My capabilities are limitless. What hinders you is typically not the external environment. It's the restrictions you construct within your own consciousness. Buddhist teachings illustrate that the only genuine limitations are those we fashion ourselves. As the Buddha stated, with our thoughts, we make the world. Contemplate the possibilities if you shifted from I am unable to I am able. Imagine a bird confined to a cage its entire existence. Even when the cage door swings open, it hesitates, convinced it cannot soar. This exemplifies how self-imposed constraints function. Yet, once the bird comprehends that the sky was always within reach, everything transforms. You, too, can dismantle the mental barriers restraining you. The year 2025 presents your opportunity to unlock that door. Initiate by embracing your boundless potential. Release the notion that you are confined by your circumstances or current abilities. Instead, affirm to yourself, my capabilities are limitless. This isn't about naive optimism. It's about possessing the fortitude to take the initial step, even amidst fear. Every morning, cultivate a simple practice. Close your eyes and visualize one objective, something that simultaneously excites and unnerves you. Perceive yourself attaining it, not as a distant fantasy, but as a present reality unfolding now. Then, inquire within, what is one minor action I can undertake today to move closer to this? It might involve placing a call, composing a single page, or acquiring a new piece of knowledge. Transformation unfolds not through grand leaps, but via consistent, resolute actions. Each stride generates momentum and fortifies your conviction that you possess the ability. Along this path, you'll uncover strengths and ingenuity you were unaware of possessing. Remember, the hurdles you encounter are not impediments, but stepping stones facilitating your growth. Welcome the challenges. They exist to assist you, not to obstruct you. As you progress, retain this understanding. Your potential stretches as vast as the heavens, constrained only by the altitude you dare to ascend. Now, pause and reflect. What is one aspiration you've been reluctant to pursue? Document it, commit to it, and initiate that first step today. The expedition towards unstoppable growth begins with the belief that your capabilities are limitless. 3. A radiant future awaits me. 3. A radiant future awaits me. The journey of growth is frequently shrouded in ambiguity. The burden of the unknown can seem overwhelming. Yet Buddhist wisdom imparts a liberating truth. Every morning, we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Your future, however uncertain it may appear, is sculpted by the small, intentional actions you undertake in the present. Envision a tempestuous night, dark clouds obscuring the heavens. In that moment, it's challenging to trust that the sun will reappear, but it invariably does. The storm is transient. The light endures eternally. Your difficulties, uncertainties, and setbacks resemble the fleeting storm. Your perseverance, faith, and diligence are the dawn, promising a luminous future. But how do you sustain this conviction when navigating difficult periods? Begin by anchoring yourself in the present instant. The mind often wanders into past regrets or future anxieties, but authentic power resides in the now. Today is where your decisions ignite transformation. A straightforward yet potent practice is gratitude journaling. Each day, allocate a few minutes to jot down 3 things for which you feel thankful, irrespective of their scale. It could be an uplifting conversation, a skill you're refining, or simply the opportunity to try anew. Gratitude alters your perspective, conditioning your mind to perceive opportunities rather than hindrances. Consider this as planting seeds today that will flourish into your future harvest. As you cultivate patience, resilience, and thankfulness, you are constructing a foundation for a life brimming with prosperity and contentment. Trust the unfolding process, even when tangible results seem distant. As the Buddha cautioned, the trouble is, you think you have time. The future commences with the actions you initiate now, at this very moment. Thus, whenever doubt arises, remind yourself, a radiant future awaits me. This isn't contingent on fortune, but on your own exertion and belief. Cling to this truth when the path feels arduous, because just beyond the storm, the light is waiting. Now, pause and consider, what is one action you can take today to draw nearer to your vision of a brighter tomorrow? Commit to it, however small, because what you do today truly holds the utmost significance. For I will apply myself diligently. In the current of existence, one timeless principle holds, that which receives your heartfelt attention flourishes. Buddhist wisdom articulates this perfectly. Your task is to discover your work and then with all your heart to give yourself to it. Diligent effort isn't about exhaustion or relentless self-propulsion. It's about harmonizing your actions with your intrinsic purpose, transforming labor into a joyful manifestation of your inner aspirations. Imagine a sculptor standing before an unformed block of stone. Each strike of the chisel is deliberate, guided by a vision perceptible only to them. To an observer, it might appear as strenuous toil, but for the sculptor, it represents an act of devotion and intention. This mirrors the sensation of hard work fueled by passion. It's not aimless exertion, but channeling your utmost into creating something significant. Commence by asking yourself, what endeavor genuinely invigorates me? It need not be monumental or world-altering. It simply needs to resonate with your core values. Once identified, commit to it wholeheartedly. Discipline becomes more accessible when anchored in something you deeply believe in. Every day, affirm to yourself, I will apply myself diligently, not merely for the sake of activity, but because I am crafting something I hold dear. Establish distinct objectives, but avoid being overwhelmed by the journey's magnitude. Deconstruct it into manageable, achievable steps, concentrating on delivering your best with each one. At times, the path will seem protracted, and progress may feel gradual. During such moments, recall your underlying why. Allow your sense of purpose to reinvigorate your resolve. Remember, diligent work isn't solely about the outcomes. It's about the person you evolve into throughout the process. The Buddha reminds us, a jug fills drop by drop. Every exertion, regardless of its size, contributes cumulatively. To sustain this journey, align your efforts with your fundamental principles. When your work mirrors your beliefs, it energizes rather than depletes you. Acknowledge small victories and let them serve as reminders of the larger vision you are striving towards. So, today declare to yourself, I will apply myself diligently, not from obligation, but from capability. You are the sculptor, and your life is the masterpiece. Every mark you make draws you closer to the unique vision only you can bring forth. 5. No justifications. 5. No justifications. Justifications are the self-imposed fetters we fashion. They might feel like protective barriers against discomfort, but in reality, they confine us to mediocrity. Buddhist wisdom imparts a potent truth. You are in control of yourself. Your future depends on what you do today. This concept is simultaneously empowering and sobering. Your journey belongs solely to you, and justifications merely delay confronting your genuine potential. Imagine a gardener surveying barren ground. They envision a lush, vibrant garden but hesitate to begin, blaming excessive sun, insufficient rain, or inadequate tools. Yet, the soil lies waiting, indifferent to these rationalizations, ready to flourish if tended properly. Life resembles that soil, abundant with possibilities, but demanding your acceptance of responsibility to cultivate it. To break free from justifications, start with the mantra, I opt for action over justification. These words instill power, reminding you that while external circumstances may be beyond your control, your response is entirely within it. Begin modestly. Identify one aspect of your life where justifications have gained dominance. Perhaps procrastinating on a fitness objective, evading a difficult dialogue, or deferring a cherished project. Substitute the justification with a single, concrete action. If you've been asserting, I lack the time, ask instead, how can I create the time? Every step, however minimal, constitutes a triumph over inaction. Maintain a record of your achievements. Document in a journal the actions you've undertaken, especially when the urge to justify arose. Celebrate these victories, regardless of their apparent size. They signify your burgeoning strength and accountability. Remember, responsibility is not a weight. It's a form of liberation. When you assume command of your journey, you gain the authority to mold it. Buddhist teachings remind us that the present moment is fertile terrain. What you accomplish today, devoid of blame or postponement, will germinate into your future. Affirm to yourself, no justifications. My future hinges on my actions today. By embodying this principle, you'll grasp a profound reality. Nothing is more liberating than recognizing your inherent power for self-development. AM improving daily. 6. I'm improving daily. Advancement isn't characterized by a single monumental leap. It's constructed from numerous small, deliberate strides. Buddhist wisdom teaches the mind is everything. What you think, you become. This forms the bedrock of growth. Believing in your capacity for enhancement shapes the reality you manifest. Genuine transformation doesn't occur swiftly. It unfolds through quiet, unwavering dedication. Imagine a potter seated at their wheel, the amorphous lump of clay before them seemingly incapable of artistry. Yet, with each revolution of the wheel and every gentle manipulation, it begins to acquire form. The potter neither rushes nor coerces. They trust the inherent process, understanding that with patience and persistence, beauty will emerge. Your personal growth mirrors this. Each day, affirm to yourself, I am improving daily. This simple declaration aids in focusing on advancement rather than unattainable perfection. Growth isn't about flawlessness, but about savoring the expedition towards becoming the optimal version of yourself. Even when progress appears minor, like mastering a new skill, conquering a fear, or deriving lessons from misstep, recognize these as the foundational elements of enduring change. Initiate by practicing self-compassion. Too often, we measure our progress against others, forgetting that each individual's path is unique. Instead, commemorate your incremental improvements. Did you navigate a challenge today more effectively than previously? Did you take a step, however small, toward an objective? These are triumphs worthy of acknowledgement. Mindfulness serves as your guide on this journey. Concentrate on the present instant and the effort you are exerting now. The Buddha reminds us, a disciplined mind brings happiness. Discipline isn't about rigidity. It's about consistently showing up for yourself with kindness and commitment. When setbacks inevitably occur, perceive them as learning opportunities, not failures. Growth frequently conceals itself within moments when plans deviate. Analyze what transpired, adjust your strategy, and persist forward. Like the potter, mold the clay of your existence with patience and meticulous care. By the close of 2025, you'll retrospectively appreciate your progress, not due to a singular grand accomplishment, but owing to the steady, resolute steps undertaken each day. Remind yourself, I am improving daily. With this conviction, there is no ceiling to your potential achievements. 7. I was destined for significance. 7. I was destined for significance. Deep within you resides a kernel of purpose, awaiting discovery and cultivation. Buddhist wisdom reminds us, your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it. This is the essence of achieving significance, not through accolades earned or heights attained, but through the alignment of your actions with your distinct role in life's intricate tapestry. Imagine a river charting its course through rugged terrain. It neither hastens nor seeks validation. It simply flows, adhering to its innate path. Over time, it sculpts valleys and sustains life. This illustrates the power of living purposefully, quietly enacting change, and leaving a profound impact. You were born to identify your unique path and pursue it, thereby creating a legacy only you can bestow. To embrace this truth, begin by recognizing that significance isn't measured by comparison to others. It's not about outperforming someone else, but about evolving into the finest version of yourself. Each of us possesses a dharma, a unique function contributing to the interconnected web of existence. Whether your purpose involves artistic creation, problem-solving, aiding others, or challenging established norms, it holds inherent importance and value. Inquire within, what truly stirs my soul? Reflect deeply on how your actions harmonize with your higher calling. Are you dedicating time to what genuinely matters, or are diversions pulling you astray? This introspection isn't about achieving perfection, but about making consistent progress, a commitment to recalibrate whenever you veer off course. When doubts surface, recall that even the mightiest river originates as a modest stream. Significance commences with small, purposeful steps towards your objective. Allocate time to nurture your strengths and passions. Let them steer your journey, trusting that every effort, no matter how minor, contributes to the larger narrative. Living your purpose also entails viewing challenges as opportunities for growth. Just as the river encounters obstacles yet persists in its flow, you too must adapt and persevere. The Buddhist teachings remind us that resilience stems from understanding your why. When your actions are rooted in purpose, no setback can derail you for long. At the conclusion of each day, ask yourself, did I take a step toward my purpose today? Celebrate the small victories and the lessons gleaned along the way. Affirm to yourself, I was destined for significance, not by external benchmarks, but by fulfilling my unique role in this world. With this belief, your life will flow with meaning and impact, leaving an enduring impression on the hearts you encounter. 8. Others' views do not sway me. Envision standing within a serene forest, enveloped by towering trees. The wind softly rustles the leaves, and the trees gently bend, yet their roots remain firmly anchored in the earth. This mirrors how your mind should operate, steady and unperturbed by the opinions of others. Buddhist wisdom advises, do not seek approval outside yourself. It encourages cultivating inner fortitude, a place where transient judgments cannot disrupt your tranquility. Too frequently, we permit external opinions to shape our choices, as if validation defines our intrinsic value. However, pursuing approval resembles attempting to grasp the wind. It's intangible, perpetually shifting, and ultimately uncontrollable. You could perform impeccably and still encounter criticism. So why allow fleeting opinions to obscure your path? To liberate yourself from preoccupation with others' views, start by contemplating impermanence. The Buddha teaches that everything in existence, including acclaim and censure, lacks permanence. Imagine a river carrying leaves downstream. Each leaf represents an opinion, arriving, lingering momentarily, then drifting away. This perspective helps you realize that external judgments possess no power unless you cling to them. Cultivate self-assurance from within by embracing your authentic self. Reflect on your core values, your aspirations, and the unique qualities defining you. When your focus shifts to self-knowledge, others' opinions diminish in importance. Affirm to yourself, I am a navigator of my journey. Only I discern the course I must follow. Practical detachment doesn't imply disregarding feedback or embracing isolation. It means discerning what to retain and what to release. Absorb what aids your growth and relinquish the remainder. Imagine being a sculptor chiseling marble. You preserve what enhances the sculpture's beauty and discard what detracts. When confronted with criticism, pause, breathe, and inquire, does this pertain to me, or does it reflect the other person's perspective? Often, negative remarks originate from their own anxieties and insecurities, not your inherent truth. As your need for approval wanes, you'll experience profound freedom. You won't be swayed by external praise or criticism. Instead, you'll stand resolute like the forest trees, confident and serene. Affirm to yourself, others' views do not sway me. My worth originates from within. With this conviction, you'll pursue your path with clarity and peace, remaining steadfast irrespective of external circumstances. 9. Life is invaluable. How frequently do you find yourself thinking, I have ample time? Perhaps you postpone aspirations, evade crucial conversations, or await the ideal moment to begin. Yet Buddhist wisdom shatters this illusion unequivocally. The trouble is you think you have time. Time is not infinite. It's a precious, ephemeral gift. Internalizing this truth ignites a yearning within you to live with intention, gratitude, and mindfulness. Imagine awakening each morning with the awareness that today could be the final opportunity to savor life's wonders. The blossoming flowers, the laughter of friends, the sun's warmth upon your skin. Every instant gains significance when you truly appreciate its transient nature. Buddhism instructs us to live with a sense of urgency, not born of fear, but as a way to honor the profound value of our time. Each breath we draw represents a chance to be fully present, to evolve, and to make choices aligned with our deepest values. It's easy to become ensnared in life's rapid tempo, feeling overwhelmed by obligations, responsibilities, and diversions. But when we recognize that each moment might be our last, we begin to live with deliberate purpose. We cease deferring what matters most and start cherishing every single experience. Practicing mindfulness involves dedicating time daily to appreciate the existence you possess, whether through a simple stroll in nature, a quiet interval in the morning, or a conscious pause for reflection. Allow this practice to anchor you in gratitude, reminding you that every moment presents an opportunity to align with your most profound purpose. Consider the brief splendor of a flower in full bloom. It doesn't cling to its petals or await the perfect moment to unfurl. It blossoms completely in its designated time, aware of its limited duration. Similarly, embrace each day with the intent to live fully, knowing that life is invaluable and every moment counts. Bonus lesson: embracing ambiguity fuels growth. Bonus lesson: embracing ambiguity fuels growth. Have you ever felt swamped by ambiguity, the unknown, or the apprehension of lacking all the answers? It's a sensation many experience when embarking on new endeavors, launching fresh projects, or navigating life's transitions. However, Buddhist wisdom teaches, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's, there are few. The unknown isn't an entity to dread, but rather fertile terrain for development, where opportunities can germinate. When confronted with ambiguity, feeling vulnerable or hesitant is natural. But what if you could reframe your perception of this state? Instead of regarding it as an obstacle, view it as a portal to boundless potential. The beginner's mind entails approaching circumstances with receptivity, inquisitiveness, and a novel viewpoint. Think of a toddler learning to walk, who tumbles and rises again with renewed resolve. In the child's consciousness, each step is a fresh exploration, each fall a valuable lesson. This mindset fosters authentic growth, as every experience, success or failure, contributes to your learning. The essence lies in welcoming ambiguity as a chance to learn. When we become overly attached to our routines, expertise, or past accomplishments, we constrict our perspective and cap our growth potential. By venturing into the unknown, we expose ourselves to novel insights, competencies, and opportunities. It is within these uncomfortable junctures that we undergo the most profound transformation. A pragmatic method for embracing ambiguity involves shifting your mindset from apprehension to curiosity. The next instance you encounter an unfamiliar challenge, ask yourself, what can I glean from this? What new perspective might I acquire? Instead of fixating on the outcome, concentrate on the process, permitting yourself to explore without judgment or preconceived notions. Observe the most accomplished innovators, entrepreneurs, and thinkers. They didn't shun ambiguity, they embraced it. They interpreted failure as feedback and impediments as stepping stones. Every challenge encountered represented another occasion to broaden their comprehension of the world and their own capabilities. Affirm to yourself, ambiguity is an opportunity for growth. Approach each unknown with self-assurance and inquisitiveness. When you adopt the beginner's mind, you'll discover that every challenge harbors the key to your subsequent level of significance.